this article from John Heyman really kind of puzzled me this morning, and the article headline is called "Dodgers will enter Juan Soto sweepstakes," and I immediately thought, no, this can't happen. This is actually going to be really bad for baseball. Make great for Dodger fans if that were to happen. But it also says they're going to enter the Juan Soto sweepstakes thanks to Shohei Ohtani's contract. We all remember they're deferring $68 million per year. He's only getting paid $2 million per year, so that kind of helps them keep the luxury tax nice and low. They're only at about $250 million right now. You look over at the Yankees and the Mets, and it's like, okay, they got around that $300 million mark, if not more. And you're like, okay, well, if I'm the Dodgers, you added another $40 to $50 million contract. Boom. There we go. Like, and plus there's going to be some money coming off the books this year. Great. Like, there's your replacement for Teoscar Hernandez and then some, and let's just get more stupid ridiculous.
Well, and it is stupid ridiculous, right? Like, the fact that this is a real talking point right now.
Yeah.
Juan Soto being on the same team as Shohei Ohtani, being on the same team as Mookie Betts, being on the same team as Freddie Freeman, and so on and so forth. Like, it is at a level of like, what are we doing here? You know, like it's almost like the Dodgers have this infinite money glitch or something like that. But to credit to their organization for doing such a good job with that Shohei Ohtani contract, because this would not be a talking point if they were paying $70 million a year to Shohei Ohtani every single season. And when we first saw that contract, all of us were thinking to ourselves, okay, well, this is them deciding that we are going to go all in for the next decade of time. For the amount of time that Shohei Ohtani is in a LA Dodgers uniform, swinging the bat, throwing the baseball, we're going to go all in. And I guess maybe it's our bad that we just didn't realize that going all in would mean something like this. Maybe.
Yeah, like I didn't think it would be in another major superstar that's going to command. Probably at this point, it's looking like at least $600 million. Can you imagine if they also would structure that contract that they got Soto, the way to defer everything and to do another $2 million per year thing?
I mean, then it gets because maybe you do, like maybe that's just you just decide to do that if you're the LA Dodgers. Like if they just decide, it's like, okay, we're gonna get all of these superstars, pay them $1 million or $2 million a year, deal with it later, and win like 8 World Series.
Yeah, the next 10 years after, it'll be like, we're in trouble.
We're just going to get every single ring that we can, and then we'll pay. I mean, at that point, like, well, fuck it. You guys are the greatest. Yeah. You're the greatest dynasty of all time ever.
Everyone will remember this time. You know, everybody's going to remember this time. Yeah, that man, if that did happen, I would feel for those Dodger fans. Actually, no, I wouldn't.
No, are you kidding me?
I would say suffer, and lose all the games possible. They'd just be a rookie team. It'd be a AAA team, you know?
After it's all said and done, like eventually you're going to have to pay the piper for all this stuff, right? Like, yes, the Ohtani deal looks incredible right now. In 10 years from now, when you got $68 million going to like legitimately no one, you know, that is going to be a problem for these LA Dodgers if they have several rings, which is looking like they might get one this year.
Dude.
I mean, like, you're okay with that if you're the LA Dodgers. This whole Juan Soto thing, though, like, I guess, like, I find it ridiculous that other MLB teams would allow this to happen. You know, like if you are the New York Yankees, can you imagine? Let's assume that they lose this World Series, right? You're down 2 games right now.
They get swept.
God, you know that would. I don't think they're going to get swept. I think it's going to be a little bit closer. Things aren't looking good with Aaron Judge and other guys, but like, you know, we'll get into that momentarily. But if you lose to the LA Dodgers in the World Series, and then you let your star guy walk over to LA.
He's like, that's a pretty good place to be.
You can't let that happen. If you're you just can't. You cannot allow that to take place.
You're part of the reason why you just created the super team. You got to. I mean, as much as I say, like, it's crazy to think that New York getting like a top talent like Juan Soto is like sharing the talent a little bit, but yeah, you're not sharing the talent if you're letting LA take every single player. And the Mets, they got to go out crazy. Like, they still got to fight Steve Cohen here too.
Yes.
Right. So the Dodgers, it's like, yeah, they've got definitely $15 million to play with right here, but you're still gonna fight Cohen.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, like you're always gonna run into Steve Cohen. You're gonna run into the Yankees, but the fact that they are even reportedly in on this stuff, like I hadn't even really considered that. You know, I knew that they were going to go out and they were probably going to look at Teoscar Hernandez again, and you know, maybe they really want to spend, they'll go to Anthony Santander. But I think everybody just assumed that there's no way that you can get another, you know, over $500 million superstar on that team. But with the way that they've handled their contracts, they are in.
Yeah.
And this is now, like, if you are Juan Soto and they are calling you about, a $600 million check, like, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, this team just beat me in the World Series, man.
Yeah.
Like, let me join them.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think he's going to go to the highest suitor, the highest bidder, because that's kind of we were reporting on last week.
What's been reported on.
But if it's a $5 million more, and I got to relocate to LA, LA's a great place to play baseball.
Yeah.
Not saying that the Yankees aren't a historic franchise, but so are the Dodgers. It's the best place to play in the world right now, especially if I do want to consider winning. This is me adding to this super team. Are you kidding me?
Well, and
it's going to be fun baseball for 10 years.
There's really, there is only probably one other, one team better than the Yankees in terms of longevity with winning, and it would be the LA Dodgers with what they currently have in that organization. Now, I will say that this is also, I think, or I guess this is because of, or part of the reason why is the Shohei Ohtani effect just in general. Like, these Dodgers right now, something that we haven't even really talked about here is the fact that they are getting, Super Bowl level ratings, probably even higher than that right now, with every single playoff game that they play in Japan, across the world, with Shohei Ohtani on that ball club. Like, the amount of money that they are making right now, just because of that man alone. Obviously, you are going to have to pay him eventually, but the amount of merchandise, the amount of money that's coming in because of Shohei Ohtani, because of Yoshinobu Yamamoto as well. Yeah. Let's not forget, they signed that guy to $300 million.
We'll talk about that guy, too. That guy had a phenomenal game, too.
He did. He's really, really turning it on right now. Those Japanese stars are carrying right now for these LA Dodgers. But the amount of money that they're bringing in because of the star power that they have on their team, you can go out and you can sign Juan Soto. Like, it's crazy.
Especially if you're going to the World Series every effing year and you're getting a lot of TV revenue share splits. Like, you're laughing right now if you are the LA Dodgers. And, I think they should. And again, I wanted to bring this up and ask you. I know we're kind of saying, no, this can't happen. Like, again, thinking from an outside perspective, is this good for baseball? Is this bad for baseball if Soto does go to the Dodgers?
I mean, okay, is this good or bad? It's tough. Like, part of it is good in the sense that, like, you would be looking at just such an overwhelmingly stacked team, line. Like, it would be exciting. If I was
cool to watch.
Exactly. Like, if I was an outside person, not necessarily like a diehard baseball fan, I would start to kind of take notice of the LA Dodgers. Like, I'm like,
watch them.
Yeah, I'd be like,
it's good for baseball. We need that.
Yeah, exactly. Which is good for baseball, right? And you got to imagine, like, that's. That would help grow the game. But I think that we're already there. Like, I think that you're already at that level of such a super team that you are going to get people tuning in. I was talking to my dad the other day, actually, and he was saying, I haven't really, like, he pays attention to baseball just because he follows us and whatnot. And
shout out Greg.
Yeah, shout out to him. But, he doesn't really sit down and watch the games by himself or anything like that. And he was like, damn, I haven't really paid attention to, like, a World Series in a long time, but, like, I think I'm going to, like, at least, like, be checking in on the highlights, or, like, looking. Yeah, exactly. Like, look it up afterwards type thing, right? And that's somebody that, like, would never do that. But because it is Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge and all these stars, like, he's like, I'm semi-interested right now.
Well, they
and
do have the
highest.
The
only one.
They do have the highest ratings in decades right now. So, and I think it's rightfully so. You have those two superstar juggernaut powers going at each other, and in a sense, for growing the game of baseball, I think it's great. But it's bad for every other baseball fan. Yeah. If you're a diehard fan of any other team, that is bad for you because you might not get that nice TV revenue split that you want and help your franchise out. And, and you're not going to watch the team go on a big run. So, like, it's great for general baseball fans, not great for the diehard fans of individual teams.
Yeah, and I also think it's kind of disheartening too, in the sense of, like, for any other GM, like, how do we compete with this? Like,
you can't.
How do you stop these guys from going over there? They're going to have more money than you. Yeah. They have more appeal in general because they're a winning franchise in a great city with a great fan base, the biggest popularity ever. How do you compete if you are the, I don't know, Kansas City Royals or any other organization?
Start signing Japanese players.
Maybe that's the play. Maybe that, like, just fire off some darts,
Seriously, right?
But you can't. Because they're going to go to the fucking Dodgers,
right? But that's where you save your money for, Like, this is the best investment ever. We got to find the next superstar talent coming out of Japan so we can get all that TV revenue. And then it's like, okay, now we can actually afford and grow and afford players and grow our team.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how you compete with the LA Dodgers from a, on the field perspective, but then also too in the offseason perspective with everything that they have going for them. Because I'll be honest, guys, if I was Juan Soto, if I was a player, I'd want them to call my name. I'd want my agent to hear from them. I'd be listening in on those offers more than others.
Yeah, it's like lesser extended basketball where these superstars love to go on join one team and and run it with a super team.
It's 100% like that.
That's what's happening. That never used to happen in baseball. Now it's happening.
That's the thing.
Everyone's
because with basketball, it's a lot easier to get 5 guys together. Right? And say, okay, we only need to get like 5. We don't even need 5 guys. We need like 3.
We get
guys.
Like 3 dudes,
like elite players. Like, okay, now we got a super team. And with baseball, you're always thinking to yourself, okay, well, fuck, we need like 26 different player or whatever it is. Like,
they're almost there.
That's
they're
what I mean, though.
There.
Like the Dodgers have done such an incredible. And this thing, I hate them that they've done this, but you also got to respect it. Because it is really, really impressive, But they're doing it right now, and you're so far along the process that if I'm Juan Soto, it's like, all right, let me join in the fun.
Why not? If they're paying me, then I should probably go and check them out and be a Dodger for the rest of my career. But that's what's going on with Juan Soto, guys. You let us know in the chat. What do you think about that? Do you want Juan Soto to go to the Dodgers? If I'm a Dodgers fan, hell yeah, of course. Why would I ever say no to that?